Hello.
Hi, good evening. Are you able to hear me? Hello. Hi, Krish. Are you able to hear me? Krish, are you able to hear me?
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, hi. Good
Hi.
evening. Right. So, good evening. We have Neha and Manjushri also joining. Good evening. So, typically we start with a quick round of introduction. Can we have a very quick round? Maybe just your name. We can come on video. I can get a visual connect, and we can just say hello to each other, and then we can kind of start. Yep, you can share your name, city, age of children. Let's start with that, and as we go along, we can have more discussions. Yep. Neha, Manjushri, Krish. Just go ahead and introduce.
Okay, dear. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Manjushri here. My daughter is 16 years now. She's finished her first PUC. We are from Bangalore.
Thank you.
Hi, my
Hi.
name is Neha. My daughter is 2 years, 2 months. We are located in Pune.
Super. Krish, you want to say hi to the group?
Yeah, hi. I'm just waiting for my mother to join me. So I'll just.
Okay. We also have Srinivas. Srinivas, would you like to quickly just introduce yourself? Maybe you can just come on a video, just say hi to the group.
Hello. Hi. I'm
Yeah.
Srinivas here. Yeah. Uh, I'm from Bangalore, but presently I'm settled in Coimbatore.
Okay.
My daughter is Srimai, and we wanted to
Yeah, we are,
understand about, yeah,
we are from the same family.
Sure,
yeah.
sure, sure. Great, great. Yeah. Hi, Pooja.
Hi, Ratneshi. Hello.
Hi.
I'm currently in Pune. We are from Jammu, and we are planning to visit Aarohi for a week from 23rd March for this, which we have registered.
Sure,
And
sure.
other than that, we also joined Jagriti 66th batch, but we are really sorry that we are not completing it somehow. But
No
yeah,
problem.
that's how it is. We are the parents trying to learn homeschooling, its dynamics and everything, and maybe trying to learn ourselves when we
Sure.
are raising two kids, a 7-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl.
Super, super. Okay. Let me also quickly introduce myself. My name is Ratnesh, and Me and my wife Aditi, we started kind of let me say being with children or working with children um around 1999, so about 26, 27 years back. We started being with children. And the best thing was that we did not know anything about children or anything about learning or education. Not that we know much now, but what we know is that yeah, it's very different world when we are with children. Yeah. So because we were with children without any pre-thoughts about them, uh, we were trying to learn from them as to how learning happens and so on. Okay, and and that is where we learned a lot of things about children or about learning, and uh, and that literally changed the way we lived, I would say. Yeah. There are lots of things that we learned about children and learning, but I want to just quickly share two most important things, I would say. The first thing we learned about children is that, and learning is that children like to do what they like to do. Yeah, does that sound strange? Children like to do what they like to do. Maybe we also like to do what we like to do, but more importantly, children like to do what they like to do. Now, now this was very strange because we all were always thinking we will tell them what to do, do this activity, do that activity, learn this way, learn that way, but they already knew what they wanted to do. The second thing that we learned about them, that they have all the resources they need to live, to learn, to grow, and so on. They have all the resources. I don't mean external resources. Obviously, we are not talking about physical resources. None of us have all the physical resources, but they have all the internal resources required to learn, to grow, to develop themselves. Now that was amazing. Now, if you put these two things together, that means children kind of are already equipped to learn, to grow, and plus they have their own interest areas, their own likes, and if we allow them to explore those through their own energies, then we have a very powerful engine working. Whether they are 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 years old, or whether they are 13, 14, 18 years old, that doesn't change. In fact, perhaps it shouldn't change even for us adults, but let's leave us adults aside. Yeah. So given these two things, we were very excited that this is what has really appealed to us as the way to learn, to grow, to live, to educate. So, and we didn't really find any space which allowed these two things, children to use their own resources and to pursue their own interests. And that's how we started Aarohi formally in 2008. So it's been about, yeah, whatever, 16, 17, 18 years since Aarohi came into being. And obviously, the first person to join Aarohi was our daughter. Um, and she's now 27. So I'm just introducing my children also. She's 27, she's married, she's not gone to school, she's not given any 10, 12, she's not gone to college, no degrees, no certificates, nothing. Yeah. So she's enjoying her life, or has been enjoying her life, doing what she likes doing. And we also have a younger son who is now 21. Okay, he has also never gone to school, no 10, 12, no college, no degrees, nothing. Okay, he's also a professional in his field and enjoying doing what he likes doing um, all the time. Yeah. So, and not just these two children, obviously, we have been fortunate to work with thousands of children, and many of the children have gone this route where they have gone ahead and become adults, become professionals in their chosen fields. And there are many who chose at some point of time to switch back into college, maybe give an examination, get a degree. That's absolutely fine. It's their choice finally, right? So both the things happen. Yeah. So that's a little about uh, yeah, my introduction in a way, and a little Aarohi introduction. What I will do very quickly is run you through a little more detailed presentation about um, what we call as child-based education. And and then we can take question and answer, right? I'll try to make it as quick as possible, the presentation, so that we have more time. We have time till 6 o'clock, so we have more time to uh, you know, chit chat and discuss, and if you have any questions, take those. Yeah. So just give me a moment. I'll just share my screen. Right. Okay. Yeah. There we go. So there are a lot of terms that people use. Some people use the term homeschooling, unschooling. Initially, we use the term open learning. But what it comes down to finally, we call it as child-based education. This is to clearly differentiate from the regular schooling, 10th, 12th, and college, which is typically a curriculum-based education, where what is prescribed is what everybody follows. But in a child-based education, uh, well, the child decides or the child leads, and we follow the child. How does that work? Let me answer some of the common questions that come around. Um, when this kind of education is talked about. Just one moment. So the first question, obviously, that is asked about child-based education. Okay, so what will the child learn? What happens in just one moment. Right, my screen is giving little trouble. Yeah, I hope it is clear to you, the presentation. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the first question that people ask is, hey, what curriculum? So in child-based education, the curriculum is built around what the child loves doing. And because there is a love for doing something, there is a lot of joy, there's a lot of intense involvement of the child. In any case, we realize that life isn't about subjects. We don't live by subjects. We kind of integrate a whole lot of things and do things together. Or rather, do in one thing we can discover a lot of different things. And also in today's world, anything can be your profession. Literally, my friend cuts rocks. And that's his profession, right? So it can be as crazy as that. So there's a lot of different, we don't need to we don't need to fix a certain things as that this is what is learning. You don't go to A.R. Rahman and say, hello, Mr. Extracurricular. He's not extracurricular, he's core. For him, that is his life. Music is his life. So that should be his academics, right? Or whatever core, whatever word you want to give it. So that's what happens in child-based education. We let the child's interest lead. Obviously, at younger age, they have lots and lots of interest, and as they grow older, teenagers and all, I'll talk more about it, that their choices evolve. The second thing that people ask, okay, if there is if the child is leading, that means there is no structure, there's full freedom. But that's not true. In fact, I would say it is more structured. But the big difference is it's structured by the child. Yeah, the child decides, hey, what is it that I want to learn? And the child decides the structure and how will I learn and where will I learn and with whom will I learn and so on and so forth, right? So the child is very driven, and that's why there's a lot of responsibility, a lot of ownership that the child brings in. So there's a lot of structure, there's a lot of planning, yeah, that goes into each child's journey. But each child's plan is different, structure is different. The third thing is, hey, how does learning happen here? If the child is on his own, well, the child has literally the whole world to go to, but most importantly, the child learns by doing. Just like most of us in our jobs have learned on the job. We don't, we must have done a number of degrees, but finally the real thing we learned by doing it. And that's what really makes the big difference. And obviously they can go and learn from anybody. Why do they need to have one teacher? They can have the best of the teachers from YouTube to anywhere else. They can go to a person, find a mentor or a book or anything. But most importantly, do. That's one of the most important things. That's when it becomes very application based, very meaningful, very experiential. Yeah. The other question that is asked is, hey, what about assessments? Well, we say that every day is an exam, because whenever you are doing something, The doing itself is an exam. There's so much of a chance of failure, and we love failures. We say if we aren't failing, we aren't learning. So you will have heard of a lot of places being success academies. We are a failure academy. Come here to fail. Because there is so much more to learn when we do and we fail and we do and we fail and we do and we fail, and maybe at some point we start succeeding, but the initial part is always failure, 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 and that's beautiful. So there is a lot of reflection that each one does, a lot of tracking that each child does of his or her own learning. And as they grow a little older, they also build their own portfolio, which they can showcase to the world and maybe get employment or get clients, depending on what they are looking for. And obviously, they seek feedback. They seek feedback right from peers to people to world, wherever they can put it, put their work up on media and ask people to give feedback. Why not? Yeah. The whole idea is that I grow from inside out, right? That's the whole idea. The last most common question is that, hey, what about the professional journey? I think I briefly touched upon it. All the options are available. Child can go directly, get a 10, 12, and get into degree system. That's one way of doing it. But the other way, very interesting way, is where you don't really do any 10, 12, don't go into degree. You just learn a profession by doing work in that profession. We call it passion to profession, in which first you find what is passionate, what you are passionate about, and then we learn. In any case, half of us, I'm sure, even in this little group, will not be doing things which we learned as a degree. You would have moved ahead and done something totally different. So it doesn't matter what degree you get. What really is important is where you are passionate. The best part is that today's industry is very, very ready, very open, in fact very energized to look at people who are so self-driven, who are showing their work as a proof of their worth. So the work becomes the proof of worth, not some piece of paper which tells that, hey, I've done this certificate or anything like that. Yeah. So that's a little about what we call as child-based education. You can call it homeschooling, unschooling, whatever word you want to give it, doesn't matter. Yeah. What does Aarohi specifically does? Well, we work with the child's, as we already talked about, passion, strengths, capabilities, what the child is interested in. And our idea is to work one-to-one closely with the child to do all of these, discover, develop, and nurture. So if you are the parent working at home with the child, that's what you are going to do. Or you're already doing it in most cases. Whether the child is 2 years old or 12 years old or 18 years old, that doesn't matter, right? Because in any case, we can't really be the teacher for that, what they want to do, right? We would rather be, because we are not experts in all the fields, and we don't need to be. We just need to be with them. That's even more important, and they will figure it out. Yeah. So how very quickly how learning happens in a typical day, at least in Aarohi. Well, this is the wheel that moves. So the child decides what I want to learn. Let's say the child says, hey, I want to make a water rocket. Okay. And then the child has to figure out what will be the design, what material I need. Do I follow a YouTube video or a book, or I have some ideas? So he'll put that down on the whatever paper or whatever, and then come up with what material I need, who all we are doing it, how much time will it take, and then go ahead and do it. And well, whether child may succeed or fail, that doesn't matter. The child will reflect, hey, how was it? Was it tough, easy? Did it go as per not? What is it that I need more? Do I want to do more of this, less of this, and so on and so forth? So there's a reflection, and then the wheel continues. And in that whole process, the child is doing both the things. Child is learning. Learning to us means something new, right? As well as developing. Developing is something which we already have, like muscles, or like abilities to think, or ability to persist, or ability to be resilient, or so on and so forth. So we are developing a whole lot of inside abilities, as well as learning new things from the world, and all in a space of interdependence. So there is a lot of people around. There are other children of all kinds of ages, there are adults of all kinds of ages, and everybody is freely mixing with whoever that particular learner wants to mix, and people are learning from each other. There's a lot of give and take, push and pull, dishum, conflicts, and so on and so forth. All the spices of life. So that's typically how learning happens at Aarohi. Very, very quickly. So this is more what happens at the campus. So first thing is, the child creates a personalized learning plan, which is typically very dynamic because it keeps changing as the child evolves, as the child changes his interest or her likes and dislikes
हो गया
change.
ऊपर वाला
Yeah. Uh, the uh, the second thing is the whole community, including the child herself, uh, looks for resources, projects, different ways to match with what they are needing, especially people, and so on. So there's a lot of matching happening all the time. People are looking for different kinds of projects and stuff like that to do. Uh, the third thing we really focus is on actual real world experience. So we go out into the world a lot, do work with the world. We don't need to be limited in a campus. The whole world is ours. So we say the whole big earth is our classroom. So that's how we enjoy the real world. Keep on working, interacting with lots of people and places. Uh, and also, so that's the outside world which we travel to a lot, and we also travel inside a lot. My emotions, my relationships, how I lead myself, how I use my different intelligences, and so on. So the idea is to work on the self also, as well as the world around, right? Both the things at the same time. And finally, as I said, if the child is interested, the child can obviously go to the 10th, 12th, and the college route. But if the child wants to go to the professional route without going there, then we have the option of passion to profession, where children go about becoming a professional by working in the industry, through projects, through internships, through a lot of different things that they do. And typically they drive everything. Right. So yeah. So as I was clarifying earlier, children, as they grow up, they can, when they become teenagers, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, they can either do the 10th, 12th college route, or they can just continue their journey with Aarohi based on their passions. So we have examples of both. Yeah. Okay, so what is Aarohi? Well, Aarohi is not really, it's not a school. It's more like a community of families who have kind of been there, done that, like my two children. Like there are so many families who are doing this journey or have done this journey, and that's what Aarohi is. It's a community. Yeah. And what options we give very quickly? One option is the child can be at Aarohi campus, right? So well, if you are more than 9+ as a child, then you can be part of the Aarohi campus. Um, for younger children, there is an option where the parent and child can come 1 week in a month for the whole year, but typically it's more for the older age group. The younger age group children, the 3 to 8 years, is more when they are living close to the campus, which is near about 60 kilometers from Bangalore. So if you are in Bangalore, yeah, you can also, and your child is younger, you can choose this option of 1 week every month at the campus. But yes, primarily it's a residential live together campus. Yeah, we do everything together, live together, eat together, fight together, wash toilets together, everything. Yeah. Uh, for parents who cannot or do not want to come to the campus, we have a online group or a cohort of parents, which again meets on a regular basis, twice a week at least, which we call as Aarohi Deep. So anybody who's doing homeschooling, unschooling specifically at their home and is looking for a like-minded group, we have this group which is like meeting on an ongoing basis. Again, this is only with the parents, not with the children. We don't work online with the children. And the parents can get a lot of direct interactions with other parents and learn from each other and all aspects of the child's education. And the third thing is we do a small program. I think Pooja mentioned about it, the Jagrati program. This is a small, but it's a very intense program, which is more focused on us, because finally, perhaps the most important person in our child's life is the parents. So we need to work on ourselves. We say it has to begin with me. So we start with working on ourselves, as well as then we can work with the child. Right. So yeah, that's my quick presentation. Um, what Aarohi believes very strongly is that we need to work on the child from inside. The child becomes stronger from inside, and that's it. Whatever comes in future, whichever area the child chooses, wherever in the world the child lives, it doesn't matter, right? The the child needs to be stronger. We don't need to, prepare the world for the child. We We need to not really prepare the child, the child prepares himself for the world. That's the whole idea. Yeah. Okay, let me stop this. And yeah, so whoever has joined maybe little later or now, more people can come on the video if you can, audio, you can ask questions, you can initiate discussions. Yeah, let's chat. We have time till 6, so we have good half an hour to talk. So please share your questions, thoughts, whatever you want to share.
See, it's a very interesting concept, which is reality. I wouldn't say a concept basically,
Yes.
but the basic math, the English, and other things. How do you bring that into the development?
We don't.
Basically?
Why do you
Then
need?
how they learn?
Why do you need maths in life? Whoever is doing mathematical kind of work will learn mathematics. Why does everybody need to learn mathematics? We don't. Okay.
When the
So
child is not taught math, how the child would know that okay, there is something like math, and I can.
well, they like to buy chocolates, and they like to make boats, and they like to fly kites, and they like to do all kinds of things. See, what is mathematics? Mathematics or science or history, geography, they're nothing. They're just part of our day-to-day life. Yeah. And if you realize this, then they are there everywhere. In anything you do, there is all of this.
So
Right?
at the
Just to give you
16,
one example, every year the Aarohi's accounts are handled by a child. We don't have any official accountant. Aarohi is a trust, charitable trust by government. We need to file our all returns, taxes, everything. Yeah. But there is a child who is an accountant of Aarohi. Every year, a different child. This year, there is an 11-year-old. Last year, there was a 10-year-old. Now tell me, how does a 10 or 11-year-old knows accounting of a BCom or MCom standard? Because he has to do everything and submit the documents to the chartered accountant. Well, the answer is simple. They learn, whoever chooses that, okay, this year I want to be the accountant, they learn on the go, just on the job, just like I'm sure many of us have learned on the job. So they learn on the job. And at 10, 11, they are able to pick up concepts which typically are taught in BCom, MCom kind of level. Right? They're able to. They're able to do that. And that too every year, new child. We don't even repeat a child, right? So
impressive,
it's
impressive.
just to give you an idea, when they like to do something, they really get into it. Yes, they will make mistakes. Yes, they will fail. Who doesn't? Even the best of the accountants make mistakes. Right? So, but then when we are in together, and they will learn from different ways, they will Google, they will bug people who already know accounts and say, uncle, how is this happening? I can't get my head around this particular thing. That's how it happens.
So now I'm considering this kind of education for my 16-year-old, or should be 17 in few days. So is this logical? I mean, has there anyone who's joined at 17, or will this be the first time? Should be the 17 to 21 years?
Yes, why not? Why not? So many. Yeah.
There are.
We can join any at our hearts, we are all open learners. What does that mean? At our hearts, we all like doing what we like doing, even as adults.
That's
Right? It's just that you and me started our journey after we finished all our colleges. She may want to start at 16, 17. So she's actually starting much earlier than us. Right? We finished all our college, and then we started thinking, oh, now what do I want to do in life? Right? Which kind of work do I want to do? And many of us realize even after working few years, no, this is not what I want to do. I want to do something else. So we changed our profession at 30. I changed at 30. Right? Somebody must have done it later, somebody earlier. Now they're at 16 exploring the world. Isn't that beautiful? Because right now they have lots of energies, and they have the time, they have the space to actually explore. At 30, when I jumped out of all this and said, no, I want to do what I want to do, I was under pressure. I had my kid, I had a family to support, all of those thingies on my head. At 17, she as such does not have those things. She will have her own aspirations for herself. That's the energy that will drive her.
Can I ask a question?
Please ask 100.
So at the starting, you told that you started learning with the children, and that's how you understood that children have everything in themselves and they can explore learning. So that is not the initial construct that is shown everywhere. So how did you realize that, and did you not follow the construct that is set up by everyone?
Yeah, so sorry, I forgot your name. Can you tell me your name again?
Shrimai.
Srimai. So Srimai, fortunately, as I said, when we started working with children, we did not know anything about children or about learning. Okay. So wherever we went, people said, no, you should do this course, you should join this, you should join this. We said, no, 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 no. We want to join children because they will tell us what is it to learn. Yeah, because we had seen, I had been to school, to one college and then to second college. So we had seen enough of conventional. And we said, yeah, it's okay. Every time I was put down as one average kid, this guy isn't good enough, right? Now, what do I do with this good enough, not good enough guy? I had to do something with that, right? So, so what I mean is we went with a very open mind and literally children taught us this. Yeah, I'll give you an example. We would think, yes, let's design an activity. Chalo, let's design something. So we designed one lovely activity, amazing activity, and they didn't do. They did none of it. None of them took that activity, and they came up with something else totally of their own, which later we realized, wow, that was so beautiful. So this was not just one incident, so many such. And then we started thinking, my goodness, they have all the ideas. Why should we spend our time designing? So we stopped designing. And the moment we stopped designing, they start designing. They start coming, uncle, I want to do this, auntie, I want to do that. And that's how the whole energy will. And if you come here and you experience for a week, you will see exactly that, including you. Everybody who comes here, if you, your mom and dad will come here, all three of you, we will have 3 learners who are coming here. And all of you will do what you want to do, right? If you say, lovely grass growing, I want to cut grass. So you figure out how you're going to cut the grass, what tools you want to use, how much you want to cut, and how easy, difficult it is to cut grass. Sound simple? So that's what life is.
When the child joins in, how often are the parents visiting? Is it some planned, or whenever we find time, 1 day, 2 day, we drop in and come out?
Absolutely, whenever you find time. If you don't whenever find time, we will start calling you. Why are you not whenever finding time? Please come, please come. We like parents to be here, not for your child. No. She anyway has had enough of you, right? We want you to come because you are such a beautiful resource for everybody else, isn't it? So if there are 30 of us and you come, we have a beautiful resource in you. Yeah.
So,
so that's the beauty.
Only weekends we can come and drop by. Only weekends we come and go back. That is acceptable. Only Saturday, Sunday, or something.
No. There's nothing like that. There is no such constraint. You come whenever you want to come. You go whenever you want to come. There is a broad calendar which we all co-create, so that it fits in with everybody's need. But yes, 1 week she doesn't want to come. That's okay. 1 weekend she wants to stay here. 1 weekend she wants to go home. This is not a school or a college where the school and college decides. You plan your life, and people plan it in advance. So this week I want to do this. My aunt is coming from there. I don't want to come to Aarohi. I want to spend time with my aunt. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that education? Definitely it is. So that's how it flows. Yeah. I think Manish has raised a hand. Go ahead, Manish. You have to jump in, unmute and jump in if you have a thought or a question. And if you can come in video, that would be nice. I can have a
Hello, sir.
connect. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I'm in an environment where I cannot turn on my video.
No problem.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. So I was asking, like, I'm an educator.
Sorry, your voice is also breaking for me.
Mr. Manish, probably you could type in your question. Your voice is breaking when you try to speak.
Yeah. Okay, there are more raised hands. Please don't raise hand, just jump in.
Hello.
Yes.
Anmol here. So I have a question.
Yeah.
If child is there and you tell that basically you are means finding what exactly child wants to do. Like if he's good in sports, if he's good in education, he's good in maths or solving problems. So how you are finding that for sports, do you have those setup and activities there so that child can play different sports and
Nope.
okay.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Step back. Okay. When you come here, what do you think we will ask you? We will ask you a very simple question, and I'm asking you right now, what do you want to do?
Okay.
Okay, and maybe you will say whatever. I want to write poems. So we say we will ask you, hey, do you normally write poems? You say no, but I just feel like writing a song or a poem today. Good, start with that. Okay, and then you will say, but I don't know how to write a poem. I said that's even better. If you already know how to write a poem, big deal. If you don't know how to write a poem, then it's more fun. Then you can explore in whichever way you want to explore. And then maybe there will be somebody else who will say, hey, I also want to write a poem. Chalo, we'll write it together. There you go. And maybe there won't be anybody. And then you will sit quiet in one corner, or you may just plonk yourself where everybody else is doing something else. Somebody is doing carpentry, somebody is singing, somebody is dancing, and you may say, okay, let me write a poetry right in the middle of everything. So it all depends on you. And who will find that you like writing poetry is you. For all you know, next day you will come around and say, I hate poetry. This is not my cup of tea. Fine. Or you may come back and say, I want to explore more. That is also fine. Neither is higher or lower. Okay, so you have your own journey. And just like that, every child will have their own journey. Whatever age they are, age doesn't matter. Even at this age, I'm exploring different things, whichever attracts me. And I keep leaving things which stop attracting me, kind of thing. So many things I've dropped out of. Yeah. So that's okay. There's no hurry. I don't know if that answered your question.
Yes, to some extent, but fine. I got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Manish, yes. So yes, you can come for a week, experience week first. And um, yeah, spend that week to understand how we work. Obviously, this attending this orientation is the first step, and then you come for a week and you stay here as an educator with us. But for first 1 week, don't be an educator. You don't bring in Surgery and all of those things. Those are there. I don't know what is Surgery. Meaning I know, but not like I don't. It is not important. When you come here, be here totally. See how things are, and then if you like, you can do anything. You can do it at your place. You can do anywhere else, however you want to. Did I answer your question? Yeah. So you can ask questions here to understand how we work. Yeah, but more people, they want to ask anything.
How is the daily routine set? Like you got to get up at this time, got to do the what to say, do your workouts like this. Any such things there, or anytime the child gets up can get up, or how does this
Yeah.
go?
So what I would like is
Mhm.
what you're asking are the logistical questions, which I would like you to come and experience rather than me telling you,
Ah,
right? That how does this happen? Okay. How does that happen? So whatever. So that the how part of the campus, I would suggest maybe if you have a more fundamental question about this whole child-based education, if that is maybe that is something that is you know worming in your mind, then that's something that I would like to talk about. The logistical thing, how does one gets up, okay, and all of that is more fun to enjoy by actually experiencing it.
So we are planning to come on 23rd for 1 week.
Sure.
All things we need to bring, we need to pack. Like
Yeah, all that. I think the links have already been sent. You just there's a presentation to help you go through that. There isn't much. Don't think too much. Just your regular stuff. That's pretty much it. Just definitely bring one pair of outdoor shoes because we are in a wild campus, so there's a lot of running around, jumping around, etc., etc. Other than that, anyway, there's a presentation if you want to go through it in detail and understand. But otherwise, just your basic stuff. That's good enough. Yeah, Neha.
So I had a question about, you keep in earlier session, I heard you saying that your world is your campus.
Yes.
And as a new parent, I'm a little worried because I always try to manage the environment, so that she learns the right things, like compassionate language or not hitting each other or sharing stuff. So earlier, when she was going to such environment, she would share stuff. And now that we are here, where children just snatch things from each other, she has learned that too. So then I keep wondering, how am I gonna just let go and just, like be with the flow and accept that the world is like the campus and not something that I have to take care of.
Just think about it. Isn't world anyway the campus? Aren't you living in the world when you go into a train, when you go to a place, when you work with people? There are all kinds of people who will give all kinds of responses, isn't it? Not everybody is going to respond to you in the same way. In fact, everybody is going to respond in a different way. So the world itself is full of as many flowers and trees and as many different kinds of human beings. And isn't that the beauty of the world? The beauty of the world is not one kind of people. The beauty of the world is all kinds of flowers and all kinds of trees and all kinds of animals and all kinds of human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is anyway, that is how it is. It is already there. That's the beauty. So the question is not whether I want to create an environment or not. No matter what environment you create, there is already an environment. As you said, she may meet somebody, she may see somebody in a movie. Forget movie, even our most regular stories are all about good and the bad and good and the evil and good winning over evil, as if that's how life is. You see, so everywhere you look at anywhere, everywhere, all the spices of life is there. So the idea is not to try and say that we will only show the child this or only show the child that. The idea is that what is education? To me, education is the child experiencing this beautiful world and then creating her own self, her thinking, her ideas, her wisdom, her way of looking at things, her aspirations, her dreams. Yeah? That is what is education. It will evolve. Obviously, you will play your own role. Please continue to play your role. But the
Yeah.
world also has to play a role. No?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some
But
things
I'm
she will
just,
take from
yeah.
you, and some
Yeah.
things she will take from so many other things. The child is not a photocopy of us, thankfully. In fact, I keep telling children, don't like me at all.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
yourself, however you are. Don't even learn from me. Learn from all the interactions you are having in this world.
Yeah. Um, I just keep thinking, I did some courses this year on like nonviolent communication from Marshall Rosenberg. So I just
Yes.
hope the way we interact with others is the way the inner dialogue also goes. So because her fundamentals are forming, I just want to place her in a right environment, which is
Ah.
compassionate.
Tell me at what age you discovered Marshall, right? Right. And
Very late
we
in life.
expect the child now at 2 years to start becoming like another Marshall. No, no, no. See, i- yeah, what Marshall Rosenberg is saying, what nonviolent communication is saying, is just one drop in the ocean. It's beautiful. I'm not saying it's not beautiful. It's
Yeah,
very beautiful. And we can learn so much from it. But the first thing that we learn from that is acceptance.
it is.
Right? Not that we now start assuming that child should be another of my kind or my way of thinking. No, 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 no. So what I will invite you is the Jagrati program, right? In fact, we have done another program where we did one full session on Marshall Rosenberg, but not the way only the book talks about it, but the fundamentals that he's talking about and how we can actually work with the children with those fundamentals without trying to tell them a way, a method, but more the deeper understanding of oneself and others and how we connect with them. Yeah. But anyways, I would invite you, which I think I already did, is for the Jagrati program. That's a beautiful starting point because first, as I said, we need to work on us. If we are going to drive our child with our expectation, that's not child-based education. That's parent-based education.
Yeah.
Right? But what is child-based education? The child is already all the time searching, exploring, making meaning out of all the things. She goes and somebody takes her toys and she asks, give me back my toy. That person doesn't give. She asks 10 times, Okay, doesn't give. 11th time she hits him, she gets the toy back. Now what is the learning? Hit to get your toy back. That's the reality, right? No matter how much you talk about non-violent communication, this communication worked. Right? So the child is making sense out. That does not mean that she'll become a hitter. No. By that definition, all of us would be hitters by now. No. It just makes sense that each experience is adding to her learning. And we need to hold her way of understanding that more important than our way of understanding. That's why I'm saying you come into Jagrati, then you would see how you can merge what you already know and understand, which is beautiful. Not just non-violent communication, but many other things, I'm sure, wonderful things as an adult, as a parent, and how we can merge it with this another individual, which is the child, which has her own world, own way of thinking. And how we can put all together. That's the beauty. Otherwise, we think we have to, imbibe everything that we have, download everything that we have into the child. So that's that I would invite you to the Jagrati program. Start with that. Yeah.
I have some other personal questions, but I'll keep it for later time, Pratish.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, you were saying something. Can you repeat?
No, I have some personal questions regarding my own unschooling and unlearning, I guess. But
yes. No, please ask. Please ask. This is the forum to ask. It's not a very big group. People are all here. But just one moment. The Harini has a question. My child usually follows the group. How will she figure out what he wants as an individual? Well, he has figured out. He has figured out as an individual he wants to follow the group. Harini, isn't that figuring out? He has figured out, he has decided that as an individual, he wants to follow the group. Isn't that his individuality at this moment? And it will evolve, it will change. But first, we need to acknowledge that. It is not that he's closing his eyes, ears, mind, and then following the group. Not at all. He's choosing to follow the group, and that itself he's leading himself. Yeah. In fact, a lot of people give an importance to independence, but we realize life is not independent. Life is interdependent. Yeah. If we could learn how to be interdependent, I think we can be more happier in life than by being dependent. Just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1. Yeah. Sorry. So when that's the beauty, Harini, that we have to understand where the child is and how the child is growing. If the child, you are saying my child follows the group and you are troubled with that. Another parent comes to me and says my child doesn't even interact with the group. He's too shy. Now whatever the child is doing, we are not seeing the strength, but that is his strength. And he's developing that strength today. And that development of that strength today will give him lots of benefits in the future, isn't it? That is the beauty. We need to first understand, acknowledge, and sharpen then. When you have knives at home, which side of the knife do you sharpen? The blunt side or the sharp side?
The sharp side.
Why don't you go around sharpening the blunt side? Because the sharp side cuts, right? Now, his energy, maybe your son's energy right now, is in the group. That's his energy. That's his power. That's his strength. So we have all kinds of children in our world, where some are very good with others, and some are very good with self, and some are a mix. Nobody is 0-100. Somebody is this way, somebody is that way. But everything, when I said Aarohi works closely with a child's capabilities, this is what I was talking about. So thank you for giving me that example. That whatever is his strength, let's work with his strength, because that will help him grow today. And as he gets more strengths, he will use those also. Not that he will stop growing and stop developing more strengths. He'll collect more knives. But right now, this is a sharp knife. Okay. Sana is saying, I'm a parent of just 5 months-year-old. Okay. Okay. Sana, you are already have a homeschooler, unschooler, child-based education at home, right? You cannot teach a 5-month-old. 5-month-old is already learning millions and zillions.
I have another.
Yeah, just one moment. And you are blindly following him. Or not blindly, but you are following the child. When the child says food, you give food. When the child says take me out, you take her out. That's what is child-based education. So you're already doing it. Enjoy it. I would say right now you don't need to do anything. You just need to enjoy it. And if you enjoy, observe your child and learn from your child, you will automatically know that what is homeschooling. So the person to show you what is homeschooling is already with you, your 5-month-old. Learn from the 5-month-old. We think we need to teach a 5-month-old. No, 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 no. You need to learn from a 5-month-old because a 5-month-old is a completely self-designed learner. He or she can figure out everything, right? You know soon he or she would learn how to walk, how to talk, a mother tongue, so on, just by the what is happening all around him. Such an amazingly designed our children are. We need to learn from them about them. That is what is homeschooling, right?
Yes, true, sir.
Not we
Actually,
putting our thoughts on them. That become parent schooling. That is not a
exactly.
homeschooling.
Actually, I am a bit curious about as we have decided to do homeschooling. So,
Yeah.
what are all the training we need to do right from this time so that it, I have, as I read, within 2 years, the child brain development will be so high. So, at that time, what we need to do, what we need to train the baby if we are decided to homeschool.
No. You don't. That's what I'm saying. You only need to do one thing. If you really need to do, is to observe the child. Try and understand the child. The child will only guide you. You don't have to go to any other guides. The best guide you already have at your home. That's the experience I was sharing. I've worked with thousands of children, and with every child, I've learned how to work with them. Not that I knew how to work with them. I learned from them. And they keep on showing us, uncle, with me, not this way, that way. Right? I am different. I am not what you think I am. I am me. Work with me in my way. And that's the lesson we learned. So the best book you already have, the best resource person you already have, the best guru is your 5-month-old. Are you ready to be a disciple? That's the
Yes,
question.
sir.
It's a easier said question. Huh? If you say yes, sir, then you have to really be the disciple for your child, not the guru for the
Exactly.
child. Okay. If you want, that's the program I was talking to Neha about, the Jagrati program. Just share the link in the chat. That's the program which talks about understanding the child, what we need to do with ourselves, not with the child, no, what we need to do ourselves so that we connect, understand, build an empowering relationship with the child. That's what I can suggest to you. That's the program. We have been doing that since 2002. This program, we have just finished the 66th batch. The 67th batch is in June, so you can that's the program you can do. But that will not be about the child. That will be about us, how we are thinking, and what we can do to connect with the child, to understand the child, to give the child the kind of parent the child deserves, not the other way around, not to get the child that we deserve. It's just the other way around. Yeah.
Yes. Thank
Yes.
you so much, sir.
Most welcome. Somebody else was also asking, wanted to say one more question. I heard that voice. Was that Harini or Neha? I don't know who wanted to ask. Okay, go ahead. Whoever wanted to ask.
Uh,
Yeah, Neha.
it wasn't me, but I
Yeah,
just
go
have a
ahead.
question for you. I'm at crossroads, like last 5-6 years, I've myself had my own journey of, like thinking about my career and everything.
Sure.
Now I'm thinking about quitting and probably like investing more time on like self-development journey and things that I love to do.
Sure.
So when I requested that I want to come and stay there for a week, I was thinking about staying there for a week and then probably staying there for longer. Because I myself want to spend more time with children, observe. There's no end goal to it. I
Sure.
probably
Sure.
might get either I would quit my job or probably take like a 6 to 12 month sabbatical and like then dive into my interests along with her. So that was my interest of coming sooner, to the campus with no end goal as such, just to spend more time with people with whom, like the way I want to become, like being more present and observant and whatever. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, in
So
that sense.
as I suggested, I would still suggest do Jagrati first.
Okay.
Yeah. Because then you will have, right now, if you would come, you would see the campus in 10 different ways, or people here in 10 different ways. After doing
Mm.
Jagrati, you will have 100 different eyes to see the whole thing. Not your 10 will still be there, so 100 new. So now then you will have 110 eyes to see, or
Yeah.
ways to see. So then your visit will make it more richer even for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would suggest that. And even in any case, for you, if you want to become, let's say, part of Aarohi after staying here for a week or some more weeks,
Yeah.
Jagrati is minimum. That is the minimum requirement.
Even if I do the pre-recorded and not wait for June, that would be fine. Would it be?
No. Don't be in a hurry. You know, at our gate, one of the biggest thing in biggest letters, what is written? Go slow.
Yeah.
Right. We want to hurry up everything. We want everybody to slow, especially we want children to slow down. And especially, actually, children are already slow. They work at their pace. It's the parents we have to slow down. They
Yeah.
want results like yesterday.
Yeah.
We said, oh, slow down, slow down. Give the space
Yeah.
to the child. Give the space to yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, when the
On,
child is,
on that, yeah,
yeah,
on that point, I have one more question.
sure.
Another reason of coming and staying there is also because at home, I mean, I'm like on this philosophy where if my child is pouring soap 100 times over, I allow it, but my parents or somebody else wouldn't allow her. So that freedom of her being herself, that's not allowed. Whenever
No. Don't
I'm
think
not
like that. Don't
allowed.
think like that. There's nothing like freedom. She has the freedom, and the beauty is she has you interacting in one way, and let's say the parents, grandparents interacting in
Yes.
another way. Isn't that
Yes.
beautiful? Three different exposures, four people, four different exposures. Do you want everybody to be the same around you? No, that's not education,
Yeah.
right? The education is when I am exposed to all kinds of people. Somebody scolds me, somebody nags me, somebody allows me, somebody digs me, somebody challenges me. Isn't that beautiful? Think about it. Education isn't about one thing.
Yeah.
Understanding something isn't about one thing. There is no one definition to something.
I
So
think my
so so
perspective
enjoy
is a
that
little
moment.
narrow.
So enjoy that moment when your mother is directing your daughter to don't use so much soap. Enjoy that moment, how the interaction is happening between them. If you are missing that moment, then you are already with your expectations. No. Let the game happen. Right? World is not a single player individual solo game where I just play my own game. Right?
So then, actually, I've been reading Maria Montessori quite a lot. So she talks about focus leading to confidence, and that's why I try to protect
Yeah.
her.
But she doesn't talk about that in a day. She talks about in a lifetime. You want that in a day? Well, I haven't yet come up come up with that machine as yet. Neither Maria Montessori. So yes, read Maria Montessori.
Yeah,
Beautiful, very beautiful thoughts. And
yeah,
read everybody as you possible. All are saying the same thing. They're all saying observe the child. They are
yeah,
not saying machine the child. But we are not a lathe which will, mold the child and make the child shape him into an individual that we want. No, neither the child is a piece of wood or a clay, nor we are a lathe machine. Right? We
yeah,
are all human beings. Let's observe and enjoy. Neha, the most important job of a parent is to enjoy the child.
yeah,
Not to groom the child. The child can groom us. Okay, if we give that room to us, and then we groom each other. It's not like it's an interdependence. We will all work with each other. That's the whole idea. Okay, sorry. Harini also has a question. Krish also has a question. Krish, after Harini's question, somebody nags, scolds him, he will sulk in a corner. Will that be a problem? If I hope that there is a problem, Harini, like that at Aarohi. Wouldn't see we learn out of these situations. If there is nobody who nags and scolds us, just like how Neha was saying, how will we learn how to deal with that? How will we need to understand how somebody else has a problem? So Harini, even if there is nobody's whatever scolding or nagging him, we will ensure somebody does. If nothing, I will do it. Right? Because this is the curriculum of life. Life requires us to deal with all kinds of people, with all kinds of problems. So it's beautiful, and that is what is life, and that's why we call it Aarohi life education, because the education comes from automatically understanding the life. So yes, all of this will happen and much, much more. And everything is so beautiful because everything is part of me growing up into the individual that I am wanting to grow up into. We have to understand that that is what is the education, right? Education is not just about finding the formula how to solve a math problem or a physics problem. Life is education is also to find my own formulas how to solve somebody who is nagging and scolding and telling me not to take soap the 100th time, right, Neha? That is also education. Everything is education. Once we understand that, then this experience is very humbling. Is actually joyous. You'll start taking videos of it rather than worrying about that, oh, what my mom is doing. Yes, Krish.
Yeah, my mother is here. She
Namaste.
wanted to ask her. She wanted
Please.
to ask.
Actually, we live together, my son, daughter-in-law, and the child, and my husband too. I would like to know if we can also join all those programs, the elders.
Yes, absolutely.
Uh,
Please come to our campus when they all come. We would love to have you. We love grandparents around. Oh, yeah, that would be the best thing that can happen. You have already made me joyful just by asking that.
Thank you.
We would love to have you, and not just have you, you know, when you visit. If your child becomes part of Adavi, you can come as and when you want to come.
Yeah, okay.
Having as many people around us is the beauty of life. We can then learn from more and more and more people. So
Okay.
Krish, please bring your mother, your father, whoever else wants to
Yeah,
come along.
aunt.
That
The,
is so
the
beautiful.
sister is also into all this
Please, more the merrier.
mountaineering and
Awesome.
uh,
See, there you go. I'm sure Auntie knows a lot of interesting things, Krish, and your sister knows, and everybody knows
yeah.
something so beautiful. We all can
My
learn from
husband is
each
in,
other.
very, photography and,
Superb,
we are
superb.
all
See,
into
there
sort
you
of
go.
nature
You've got
stuff,
so many treasures.
nature stuff.
I'm
So,
already excited.
so it's like we would all, as a family, like to, be a part of
Please, please,
little
yes,
one.
yes,
Little one's
absolutely.
name is Madhava. So we would like to be part of his growing up and his
And all
learning.
of us also. You'll have to adopt all of us also.
Learn more from all of you too. So,
Yes, yes,
because
absolutely. Please, please, please. Yeah,
as an individual, I'm 70, but I don't think I can stop. Like, it's learning anytime and anything
true, true.
which helps us grow more.
Absolutely. That's why I'm saying you must come. It would be a pleasure. Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
already very excited to have you over. Absolutely.
Thank
So,
you. Yeah.
right. Okay. So, yeah, today I have a little hard stop. I actually wanted to stop at 6. So, normally I let the discussions little flow, but today I would need to be excused. So, we will need to pause here. Yeah. And if before coming, if you need a specific discussion, reach out to me. We can also do a call. If you're planning to visit in the month of March stroke April. March is almost done, but yeah, March, 1 week is left, and then April. So if you are still planning to come, you can let me know. Um, yeah, and um, uh, wha- and in any case, what my invitation to most of the parents with younger children is, I would suggest start with Jagriti. You When you do Jagriti, you will know why I am talking about it that way. All right, and then when you come here, it will be a very different equation. Uh, yeah. So that's my request for actually all the parents, but specifically for parents who have younger children who are thinking of homeschooling and unschooling in the future. Please realize, if we have to homeschool, unschool the children, we need to first homeschool, unschool ourselves, right? Prepare ourselves first before we prepare the child, right? So that's very important, and that's why the Jagriti program comes in. So thank you very much. Sorry, I need to do a little hard stop today. Uh, And anyways, we meet every Saturday, so you're most welcome to come again. As I again said, Manjushri or anybody, Harini, if you need a specific one-to-one, Krish, if anybody needs a specific one-to-one discussion before you're coming, feel free to ping me on the WhatsApp, and we can do a call also if that is required for you to take some decisions and stuff like that. Yeah, so we will take it from there. Same
Thank
holds for you, Neha. Don't worry. Uh, yes, that smile is better. Thank you. Yes.
you. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye. Thank you.